Laal Singh Chaddha is a remake or an official adaptation of Forrest Gump, which came out 28 years ago. Was it too late to remake it? Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and let's talk about Laal Singh Chaddha, directed by Advait Chandan, adapted by Atul Kulkarni, starring Aamir Khan. I have to start with this. We all know the hashtag boycott going on against the film and Aamir Khan for various reasons. Now this film starts with a 2-minute long disclaimer with the audio voiceover. And that voiceover is basically explaining what's written in the disclaimer. They literally have to spoon feed even the disclaimer to us. That's where we have reached. Why? So they don't get into trouble. And that's just a sad reality we are living in. Now coming to the film, I feel it's a very well adapted screenplay from Forrest Gump to an Indian setting. The story is still so relevant. The way they have weaved the story to our historical events. There's a lot of malaria going around. Now the plot points are very similar to the original, but the tone is very different. This one is very emotional and very sentimental, exploring the relationship with the mother, the friend, the love story. And they have made one bold change, and I'm calling it bold because I still cannot believe they pulled it off. It really shocked me, and I was really impressed what they did with that character. Now the remake is 20 minutes longer than the original, and I'm sure 5 minutes is just disclaimer. And the film did feel slow to me. At many places it felt like, the film just stopped, and I felt like just pushing the film. The first 5 minutes after the opening credits felt really awkward to me, and after that it became much better. At many places I felt they could have had a tight edit. There was one song sequence which was not needed. It just felt like it was dragging. But the other thing is that the point of the film is to be slow. It's about the journey of this character, and we should feel like we have lived a life with him. It's been a long time since I saw Forrest Gump, so I don't remember how the pacing was there in that film. But one big difference was that film had a lot of gore, violence, and it was very edgy. And maybe that's the big difference. Maybe because of those elements, that film never felt slow, whereas this one does. And when we come to the comparison, we also have to remember that film was made in USA. The freedom they had to make that film, we didn't have it. And the 5-minute disclaimer says it all. But knowing Aamir Khan, I'm sure he made what he really wanted to. And he's not really a guy who will add a lot of action and violence in a film like this. Now coming to Aamir Khan, and I've read a lot of people didn't like his performance, but for me, it took time, but it grew on me. I started to believe he's Laal, and that was throughout the movie. I do have to say, as an actor and a producer, Aamir Khan is very much similar to Tom Cruise. Only two people who are trying their best to save cinema, to save that theater going experience. And you can see how far they're both willing to go for it. Like the whole running sequence to the country. It doesn't look cheap. There's no shortcuts. They went to those places and shot it. That's the dedication you want. Technically, the film is very well made. Few songs really stuck to me. The VFX at many moments, especially in the beginning part where he's shown young, is a little iffy. It's very noticeable, but it doesn't come in the way. And we also have to remember the original, which came in 1994. That film was exceptional for its time. They did some things which were not possible at that moment. It was a marvel, no pun intended, what they accomplished at that time. And that's also one of the reasons I say, is this remake too late? I feel like if this film had come 10 years back, we would have appreciated it more, because it's carrying too much weight of the original. Just like the original, the expectation for it is to be special, but that's not what I felt after coming out of the theater. And maybe that's too much to ask for. Maybe you cannot replicate everything from the original, but as an original adaptation, it's a very well done job. And I would say if you have not seen the original, definitely check this one out. Talking about the other cast members, Mona Singh was lovely, Naga Chaitanya was just excellent, Manav was really good, and Kareena Kapoor was okay for me. But what are your thoughts? Let me know that in the comments. Until then, you can check out this video. If you like this, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.